All right, please. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now this is your file. We installed our through the breakdown of your file structure. It's very very important. Intro is the name of my application that I'm trying to build. All right. Let's say the remember I told you about this node module. This node module file. This node module file is what your React JS need to work, especially some JavaScript dependent. Or NPS create React app, it comes along with it. Then the next file you are seeing here is a public file. Remember when I was using Code Sandbox, they had a public file on the cloud. All right. The public file, the only important file in the public file is the index.root with an ID of root. Sorry. Okay. This deal with an ID of root. You don't have any business except probably you are becoming a pro. Then you now begin to you want to I want to change this one to something else to your name, customizing it. But with the asset you're having logo 192.png. No, React have a logo that can fit in mobile application, and this on a low public uh, directory. That's the pub file in your React journey is this src file, because this is where you create your component. This is where you create your css file. This is also where you create your image folder. All right. Now the first file you are seeing there, you are seeing app.css. Now by default, let me try and run this application. Now anytime you are running a React application, I told you guys about what we call the cd, which I said it means what change directory, right? So you have to be moving from one directory to another. I'm just inside React.js directory, and my installation of React.js is inside the what through what directory. It means that I have to come in. Normally encourage students again, please do not use PowerShell. PowerShell sometimes will be tell you that you're having error when you are not actually having error. So to avoid waste of time and headache, all right, just right click on this part, then select command what they call it now, than the PowerShell. So I'll enter that directory. I'll say cd what intro. I'll press enter. Now when I press enter with cd.intro, my system is, if you want to launch your React uh, site, as in you want to launch your React view.
Yes, sir. Sir, please, what is the use of this command prompt? Because I discover we just sometimes write code also on command prompt. So, like,
Is actually npm commands. All right, that is the essence why you need to install node.js. Okay, then I said you'll be making use of the node package what manager. That's what they call npm. So it's not code, it's actually a command that you are trying to what. Is that okay? Is that okay?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so then if I want to launch my application for the first time, I will say npm what starts. That, remember, npm means node package manager, and you are telling it to what to start. You are telling your React to what to start. So my system is the one that is now uh, doing very well your application. So React script or start, you want to start running. So I'm going to show you guys the React script so that you see where everything is located. This React script is located inside your package JSON. You can see that we have package JSON. We also have package JSON what lock. Package JSON lock is when package JSON is no longer there. You can use package JSON lock. Command that I just run. Remember, I just run npm start. This is the npm start. So what npm start does is that you are running a React what script. You are asking your React script to what to start. Do you understand? You're asking your React script to what to start. Then we also have what we call the npm build or npm run build. Okay. Now, what is the essence of the npm run build or npm build, as the case may be? Let's say you are through with your development and you want to launch it, you want to host it for people to see it. Do you understand? So if you want to host it for people to see it, and like, remember I told you guys that you don't carry this node module along. So for you to make it to become in a bit, so that it will be very optimized, that it will not have something like they call lazy loading or slow, you have to run your npm what build. Is that okay? So that will help you to build your file into smaller what pieces. Then the next one is what? If you want to test your application, you run npm what test. If you want to delete a particular library, or you want to delete a particular this thing from your application, you run npm what eject. So basically all of this thing you are seeing here is just interacting with your what your React was script. All right, so my application is still trying to come up. So if you scroll down, you see they have something like slink config using and stuff like that. This file is so important. You can see that the version of React script is 5.0. Version of React DOM is not ready. All right. So when your React is ready, like what we saw in that our last week class, you will saw this thing here scrolling. Okay, it means that you pass through the installation. There is no error anywhere. So that is why it will show. If there is an error, it will not run. It will flag error. All right, it will flag error. Then you have to go and check your setup very well. Am I good? All right, that's the file that technological tools are kept, and your React, all those latest version of React, they make use of what? They make use of this. So this one is just for test DOM. It's not that important compared to report web vitals and the package.json. Okay, file. Package.json file is very important. Then this readme markdown file you are seeing is just a documentation, hard documentation along with it, so you can read it to see what you want to do. You will see where I run npm start. You can see npm run build to send it to deploy it. That is after you are done with everything. You also see npm starts there, npm test. All of them, they are inside the documentation. This is what we call markdown file. Are we okay, class? Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. We said yes, that class. We said that React is component what driven, and my aim is for you to understand components and being able to use components. And if time permits me, I can also explain some of the React hooks that we have. Okay. Now let's start. If you look at this particular file, like I said, this is your CSS file. By default, they added it for you. You can see these are CSS script now, CSS code. Then this file is a component. What did I say? This file is a component. You can see the write-up that is showing here. Let's say I remove everything. Remove everything because we are starting from scratch. So you remove everything. If you remove everything, this one, and you save, this one is expected to collapse. It's not supposed to begin to rule. I think my... So now when I save this now, all right, to Visual Studio Code, open down. So I want to let you know that that's this thing, since I've deleted it, there's no error. The only time we have error is when is a component. So following that documentation, when you are creating a component, you can see that there's nothing there again. When you are creating a component, please, your first letter should be capital letter. Are you seeing their pattern? Are you seeing their pattern? You can see at the left hand side, this is the file. This is the file. Start with capital letter because the latest React that they have now is camel case driven. All right, is camel case what driven. Okay, now let's say I want to display my first JSX. I wrote something here. I said oh shit, I said coding. Let's just see. So it will be running by itself. I see that it's coming up by itself. Hello world in what? In React. I've said that on my own. Now, I want to quickly create header, all right, so that you will see what's going on. So I want to also make use of the how will I call it now? I want to also make use of the the component tree of React. If you are not using component tree in your application, you have defeated the sole purpose of what? Of React. This component ends here. Are you guys with me? This component started here, this component ends here. You see this line of code in line 12, it means that they want to use it outside. So where are they using it? They want to use it inside the index.what.gx. Now, a particular app that we have exported from here into this particular word file. Now, when this thing is now rendered, it is rendered inside here. Now, that will take us to what we call React word DOM, which is the line 2 that we have there. Render your file to appear on your browser. What is your browser? Your documents. Are you getting it? So that is what is doing that. That's what is rendering your GXS on your what? On your documents. Okay, so it is very, very important. So for you to make use of it, immediately you install your React JS, the React DOM is installed along. I believe you saw React DOM when I was explaining in the package JSON file. You saw React DOM there. Are we together? Now this const root, this is a variable. Are you there? Equals to, now the React DOM now has a method called create what? Root. Do you understand now? When you document.get element by ID, where is this ID coming from? That file, that public index HTML file, that is the root. Do you get it? So we are now saying, okay, render it in the public domain for it to appear on your words on your browser. Then after you've done this, then you can now make it what appear. That will become root.render. Here now, when I call rendered here, I have a bracket open here. I wrote my components, all right, and my fragment. Then I close my this thing. So this is the render what method. A method is anything that is having a bracket open and what close. Please, am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now going forward, next here. Okay, I'll create another component here so that we'll use to explain. Now this component, first component, I created a component called what? Nav. Don't mind them, that's how they will flag in error. So nav. So that's my component. Now in this my component, I want to have a fragment. The other way of writing a fragment is like this. If you don't want to follow their method, this is also a fragment, or you can use your what? Your div. You can pass in div open and div close. All right. So please, it is called JXX. It is not called HTML. Now let me call it fragment. This is my what will I call it now? I'm short of words, man. Let's say this is my, okay, let me just call it div. Now this div is having a class. You see the way I'm calling it, the right, okay. So now inside this div, I want to have the following words, divs. So let's say this is home. So let's duplicate this. 1, 2, home about contact services. So this is home, this is contact. This is what? Services. So you notice that I'm writing code is not showing here. Why is it not showing here? Because I've not nav. My component name is what? Is nav, right? Close, then I'll close it. So check it now. You see everything I wrote there, they will appear on your browser. It's still, I think it's still rendering or so. I think it's there. This system is slow. All right, now you notice that everything I wrote is not showing because I did not return. All right, I'm supposed to paste my code here. So if you check it now, it should show on your browser now. Are you seeing it now? Now it's not showing very well, right? That was the main reason why I have to give it a what? A container. Please, are we together? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Now this is how this thing is appearing. How do I create my own CSS? So let's just delete the CSS and also the what? The logo that they have. That's why you are seeing warning there. Alright, you can see that no warning again because I did not use their logo and I'm not using their what? Their CSS. Do you understand? I want to actually make use of my own. Okay, so now still inside here, you can create it as a folder, but since I'm inside SROC and this is the introduction class, let's create our file. Let's call it style. That person that is going and coming, well done. No, I think that should be if it's going to be test align, fine. If it doesn't work, we'll look for something else to do it. So test align did not work, so what I will do there, I will turn it to display of flex. So then after I turn it to display of flex, then I will now code justify content. I'll pass it as inserter. Now you notice that it's still not working. I have to link this style inside this my index. So how do I link it now? I'll just import it with the extension. If it's a JavaScript file, the file is what? Style abi dot what? CSS. So it's telling you that you're having error. It's not that you are wrong. So I was supposed to put it something like this. Then I'm going to call back fine style. Is that what I call it? Where is my style? It's not inside here. So please make sure it must be inside the SROC file. Alright, you can see that it's working now. It's inside here. Only with I don't have any business with this guy here. The business I have now is I'll go for my container. I think I should just remove that. The app.js. Let me just remove, so I'll just know that everything I render there is that. The class name there, but let me omit it. Let me just talk to the container itself. Let's turn this on to container. So that if I turn it to container, it looks somehow. I'm not looking at this their display, blah blah blah, whatever. So the next thing I'm going to do is background color. So I have something like this. So you can see that everything is actually give your color. That's the text color. I can give the color to be white. So the text color, I'm making it to be what? To be white. Then let's increase the height. I'm going to give it a height. Then I want it to appear at the center. That will be what? Align what? Item. HTML CSS. Align items what? Center. Are we good together? Then I want to have a gap in between them. Then I'm going to say so. Now, if you look at this, is a kind of a header on websites, but this thing is done with what? With hello.
Yes, sir.
All right, top inside here. Right up inside there. Let me just pass this inside the app.js. Inside my app.js, so can I have access to Lorem? No. This is my React project. This is my React projects. Can I get a long text? Let me just copy this one because I'm short of words. Let me use Google. Can I get something from Google? So let me use this content. This is a React test, so you can see this how it's appearing on your screen right now. Now what I want to do here again is, let's say I have a session. All right, that session I want to display picture, like 3 picture, but the heading I'm going to say it's in a component which we call the callback component. I keep saying it. The callback component is majorly used for advanced JavaScript. So let's see the callback component. So what we do in the callback component, you use const followed by your component name. My component name is gallery. All right, it's gallery that I want to create. So what the guys are telling us to do, you say equals to this, then you now passing your what equals to again arrow, then you have something like this open. So this is what they called the arrow words component in React. Are you with me? This is what we call arrow component in React. Remember, I will return what h3. Let's say I said h3. This is now, it's not showing your browser yet. I will render it inside this particular place. So my component name is what, close, then close. So what you are going to see here now, you are going to see it appear here. This is my what, gallery. Now this is my gallery. I want it to be at the center. Please, are you following me? I want it to be at this words how to style, because we have internal way of styling in React also. So what you do here, you call your style. Now the next thing that you are supposed, so the object I'm calling is I'm calling style. All right, sorry, I'm calling, let's say I want to color it, I will call color. So the next thing I'm going to call is the color I want to give. Let's say I want to give it red. Let's say red. Are you seeing that is red? I did that in what? Inline styling. Then I can add more, correct? Let's say I want to make it to be at the center. I'll just say text. You can see it's align. Then I will call what? A value of what? So it's still loading. Text align, value of what? Center. This is not defined at gallery. Let me run it again. Alright, it's like I'm faster than this thing. So you can see that it's placing it at the what, at the center. Then the next thing I'm going to pass here, let me just write everything there. Comma again. Let's say I want to have underline. Do you understand? I want to make it to be underline. You can call your font size. So let's say I want it to be big. You see the way they are giving your method here, font size to be big now. Save it again. Okay, I think 20 pixel is not good enough. Good, but it's too big, sha. I just want to see the action that will come up. Let me just say 30. All right, then let's say I want to remove the margin on top, because I hope we know that the paragraph element is a block element. I don't need to say that. So, but let me just continue. Decoration color, that's not what I want. Text what? Decoration. So text decoration, I want it to be what? To be order line. When the execution is complete, it should be what? Order line. All right. So you can press like this. Let's leave it the way it is like this, so that method I just bring in for you is the inline word styling in React words. Hello.
Yes.
All right, now the next concept I want to quickly bring in is, how do you bring images inside your React projects? How do you bring in images inside your React project? Mind you, I said I want to get a what? A gallery. A gallery 3 column. So let's go and make our image available. Let me go and copy images here. Do I have image here like that? 1 2 3. All right, not bad. 1, not like this. So I'll bring it into my environment. Now it's better I create a folder here. I'll call the folder images. Inside this my SRC, I'll create a folder. I'll call it images, because if I drop it like that, it will be confusing. I'll call it images. So inside these images, I'll now drop these files that I just. Now the next concept that we quickly look at again is, I want them to be inside here. All right, so it's because I want it to be inside there, I can give this guy a fragment. Should I give it? Yeah, let me give it a fragment. Remember I said you can use create fragments. Do they have it? Create. So create fragments. So remember, you have to close. You close it. Component that is holding all of them together, they will frown on you. So inside here, I want to have a container again. So I'm going to call it main. All right. Remember, inside here, I'm going to have a div. So this div is going to have an image. So remember, it's still your normal image. Don't be scared. Your normal image SRC. That's what we still use here. But turn it to be nothing. Then your normal alternates can be also here also. Let's say I will now duplicate this. 2 3 4 5 environment. So what I'm going to do here again, I will give it a default width for all of them. I'll say a width of let's say I gave it a width of let me do this with them. A width of, if they tell me I'm wrong, I'll look for another means. Pixels. So now let's now go for the business proper to your environment. So import F1 from what is the file tree. I first of all need to go into images, then I'll go and pick my words. F1 dot we be what we be p. So the second one, 2 3 4 5 6. So 2 3 4 5 6. So this one will be f2. F2. So this one is f2 jpg abi. F2 F2 jpg. Then this one is f3 also jpg. F3, this is f3 jpg. F4 jpg. What's png? F5 png. Then f6 axis jpeg. F6 jpeg. So the first one is f1 Rabi. Instead of you to pass this one like this, you go inside the variable. So you call your curly brace f what 1. Still loading. Are you seeing that the picture has appeared? Then the same thing will be here. Curly brace f what 2. Curly brace f4. Then the last but not the least, curly brace f6. Since there are 6, sorry, yeah, 3 column 2 rows, 3 column but 2 rows. So this main here, I'll give you this one a class name of images. A class, I will style it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to give it a display of what? A display of grid columns. My grid template columns, I'll give it 1 F arrow, 1 F arrow, or let me make them be false. Let me force 300 watts pesos. 300 watts pesos. So that they will be uniform. Pesos. Is it uploading? I hope you know why it's showing like that. If you maximize it, you see 1 2 or 3, 1 2 3. Then the images, instead of this thing to be like this, let's go to the images. That place I was passing a value, I want to make it to take everywhere. So this one, so instead of this one there, just give it 100%. So 1 2 3 100 watts percent. So that it will just fill in wherever container that is located. You can see it now. It's better this way than the way it was before. So I should be in a very good shape. 1 F arrow, 1 F arrow, 1 F arrow. I mean, gap. Let's say I give gap of 20 watts pixels. I think it's not bad. Then the next thing I want to also achieve of, let's say 50 watts pixels, so that it will be round. Everybody will be round. So let me just remove this now. Now I want it to be at the center. That will be justify what? To maximize it, it's supposed to also, are you seeing it? It's supposed to also appear at the words at the center. So let's then also call your align items so that it will also be at the words at the center. Good. So please, any question? Any question?
No, sir.
All right. Then
No, sir.
I want to have a sidebar. I want to have a sidebar here. Okay, we'll continue this class. Let's call it a day so that you go and practice this.
Sir. And and React JS HTML. Is it taking HTML or something?
Please come again. Your listening. Your line is breaking.
Okay, I was saying that this is it that this React is taking the place of HTML. It's just giving like HTML.
React is inside React. We are still calling what HTML, but they do not call it HTML. They call it GXX. It's not taking the place of HTML. Okay, because HTML, you need HTML for front end and back end. So any other
Yeah.
question?
But it shows on the screen like HTML.
Your browser, Abby? It shows on the browser like HTML.
No, sir.
Yes.
Yes, now it's not taking place of HTML. HTML is grandfather. This one is just JavaScript is doing back end now very well. So they want to do everything for front end also. So that's the essence of React. Please, any other question? Any other question? All right. Absence of no. Monachi, Alpha, are you okay?
So I'm okay.
You are a pro. King David. King David,
Sir?
are you okay?
No question, sir.
Okay. Oh, hope you are the one that killed Goliath. You are not the one that Goliath did the
Yes,
other way
sir.
around. The video and like I said, I'm going to share this script. I will share this script, but when you see the script, you will not see Node. So if you are not running it on your own system now, what I expect so that it will install the Node. I can't send the Node file to you because it cannot go. WhatsApp cannot carry it. Do you understand? Do you understand? All right. Thank you very much. Let's have a nice, lovely